Williams, Let's Live Life, and we're back. Today I got a crazy story for y'all, man. Before we get started, make sure you like, dislike, definitely subscribe, man. I was looking at the stats, and it's like only I think it's like 18% of my viewers are actually subscribed. So if you fall in the rest of that category of people that ain't hit subscribe yet, take a second, show some love, man. Support the channel and hit subscribe. Like I said, hit like or dislike, turn that bell on, and last but not least, leave a comment. So today I'm gonna tell you about mushmouth. Yeah, I said it, mushmouth. Probably thinking, what the hell is a mushmouth? This goes back to Greensville. I'm working maintenance, and in all my time there, I'd never seen anybody that had a single cell, unless you were in the hole. But if you were GP, you were housed with another inmate. You had a bunkie, you had a cellmate, you shared a cell with somebody. Well, at my time at Greensville, I worked many years doing maintenance. And my job entitled me to, I had to go to different parts of the prison. If something happened with somebody's cable going out, a light went out, the outlets weren't working, the door wouldn't close, the toilet wouldn't flush, it was my job, along with my boss, to go and fix that. Well, this is the first time I come across mushmouth. I go into this cell, and there's this old man sitting on this bed, and he's holding a towel to the side of his face. Almost like you would do if you had a toothache, but he's got this towel folded up, and he's holding it to the side of his face, and he's eating some chips. I didn't know at the time why he had the towel there. I didn't know at the time what was under the towel. I just, seen a lot of weird stuff, so it really didn't strike me as anything. I get the ladder out, I climb up there, I change the ballast, change the bulbs, get the lights working. Guy never says anything. He just sits there. Now, this guy had been there for a while, and it's crazy I'd never heard anything about him, but I would. So we roll around, it comes Thanksgiving time, and at Thanksgiving, they, it's not the greatest thing, but they do give us a special tray. It'll have some turkey, some ham, maybe some yams and green beans, a roll. It's probably one of the best meals you can get while you're in prison. On this day in particular, I see mushmouth come into the chow hall. He gets his tray. He's holding his towel over his face the whole entire time. And he goes and sits at the back of the chow hall. And nobody else would sit with him that were from his pod, from his building. Everybody knew. I didn't know. I didn't know what was up with this dude. I come to find out, man. Let me tell y'all the story of mushmouth. So mushmouth had been in prison for a long time, 25, 30 years, something like that. And this guy was in there because he made a bomb and had plotted to blow up his family. I guess he was going to get the insurance money. He was going to get paid. He had a way to make it seem like something that went wrong in the basement. The house exploded. Family dies. He's going to shed a bunch of tears, act like he didn't know anything about it, collect the money, and go live happily ever after. That is not what happened to mushmouth. This dumb son of a bitch is in the basement making this bomb that he is ultimately going to kill his kids with and his wife. And while he's tinkering with this bomb, the bitch explodes. When it explodes, the blast from it hits him in the face and blows half of his jaw and the side of his mouth completely off. Gone. Not there. Shit's fucked up. Shit just got real. He's alive. Bombs exploded. Mouth is gone. Fuck. You know what I mean? So they catch him, arrest him. I guess when they go to the house to look around and see what's going on, they realize this sumbitch was making a bomb. He had the bomb planted in the basement. I guess, was trying to set it up when it exploded. Goes to prison, gets forgotten about. Well, here's the thing a lot of people don't know, and this might answer some questions for you. If you are hurt in the commission of a crime, and when I mean hurt, like not a bullet hole, you get shot by the police, they're going to take you to the hospital, fix your lung, patch the bullet hole, do their best to keep you alive because they want you to stand trial. When you do something along the lines of blowing the side of your face off, what they're going to do is make it to where it stops bleeding, get it to where it's not a life-threatening injury anymore, and they're going to leave it at that. The state is not going to pay for you to get cosmetic surgery. The state is not going to pay for you to get a prosthetic jaw. They're not going to pay for you to get prosthetic teeth. They're not going to pay for any of that. They're going to cauterize that stuff, stitch it up, do all these surgeries, and they're going to leave your ass with a big hole in the side of your face. Hence is the name Mushmouth. Mushmouth would sit down to eat his food, and he's holding this towel there because if he does not, when he puts food in his mouth, the food will fall out the bottom of his mouth and he can't swallow it. And for him to eat, it's almost like feeding a baby bird. He's got to hold this towel here, put the food, chew on one side, and then lean his head back. Bob his head back and forth so that the food will go down his throat. I watched the guards walk up and tell Mushmouth that he needed to collect his tray and take it back to the building, that he was not allowed to eat in the chow hall. And he shouldn't have been allowed to eat in the chow hall. The act of watching this man eat was just disgusting. His crime was disgusting. I have no pity on him. You know, he gets what he deserves. You were going to kill your kids and your wife for money? If you dislike the bitch that much, just leave her. Separate. She can't be that bad that, you know what I mean, you're going to kill the kids too. But I guess he felt that was his option. And that's what he got. He sits today in a Virginia prison somewhere, right now, with half his jaw gone because his dumb ass tried to make a bomb and blew up himself. Now, I've still got time, so I'm going to give you all part 2 on a guy I met up there also named Sizzler. Now, Sizzler was a black guy. Well, he was black, but he was more pink than he was black. Pink and white, actually. We called Sizzler Sizzler because his whole entire face, his chest, his arms was all burnt up. He had large spots on his head that were, you know, burned up to the point that he couldn't grow hair there. And this is Sizzler's story. Sizzler fell in love with a trick. And he decided that if he couldn't have her, couldn't nobody have her. So Sizzler goes to her room one night here in Richmond, knocks on the motel room door. She opens it, expecting it to be one of her tricks. And here stands this man that is in love with this prostitute. And he's, like I said, decided, I can't have you, can't nobody have you. In one hand, he's got a jar, like a mason jar full of gasoline. In the other hand, he's got a Zippo lighter. And his plan is to throw this gas on this woman, light this lighter, throw it at her, and set her on fire. This is when being stupid goes wrong. He goes to the door, he takes the lid off the jar, and this man is standing there smoking a cigarette. He has a cigarette hanging out of his mouth as he's about to set this woman on fire. They argue for a minute, and when it comes time to act out, you know, his plan, he throws the jar. She slams the door. When she slams the jar ricochets, comes back, hits the cigarette, knocks the sparks away, boom, lights his ass on fire. Sizzler is out front of this little cheap rinky-dinky motel, engulfed in flames, face burning, body burning, head burning. He's just being torched. What he planned on doing to her is now, you know, he's living it. He's going through it. He's screaming, he's roasting, he's, you know, snap, crackle, pop, all that. His ass is being turned into a human pork rind. Now, everybody clowns Sizzler in prison, man. I heard so many different occasions, and it was no secret on what he had done. He was like a, I'm not gonna say a penitentiary celebrity, but he was like a penitentiary dumbass. Everybody, as soon as I got there and I seen him, he looked like a black Freddy Krueger. And he got his name Sizzler from the fact that his ass was sizzled. He was all burnt up. And everybody talked about him. Everybody clowned him. They joked him. You know, he was just like the pod mascot. Now, I always try to leave y'all with something positive when I tell these type of stories. And both of these stories tie together without tying together due to one fact. Decisions. We need to check our decisions and what it is that we plan on doing in life before we do it. Most of the guys that I met while down that were there for life or very long time had options in the matters of what they did. Some didn't. Some were backed in the corners and killed somebody defending themselves, or it was just one of us got to go. But a lot of these people made the decision to do what they were going to do. I've told y'all before that I believe the greatest gift in this world next to life is the fact that we have options. We have options in everything that we do. You get to choose from the dollar menu, or you can get a combo. You can go in the store and get, a blueberry game, or you can get, a white owl. Be with her, be with him. Live here, live there. Drive this, drive that. Options. That applies also to bad situations. The first guy, Mushmouth, he could have took another road. But he chose to do that, and it almost cost him his life. He's disfigured for life, and he'll spend his life in prison. For Sizzler, this woman's probably still out here if she's alive somewhere, and he sits in prison. I don't know how long he has, but I'm sure it's a long time. He tried to burn a lady to death. Watch your decisions. Check your decisions. Check your emotions. Weigh out your options. It's never so serious that you have to go that route unless you're ready to wear the consequences of what happened. Me, the only way I could see myself taking it that far is A, to protect my loved ones. B, if something was done to my loved ones and I didn't feel justice was served. Or C, to protect my own life. It's no secret. I think we all agree that if you try to kill me, I'm going to kill you. Not what I would ever want to do. Don't want nothing like that on my conscience. But that's how life goes. But you always have to think we have options. Mushmouth, Sizzler, they had options. Now their options are, am I going to chow? Am I going to go to rec? Am I going to use this pod phone? Is my celly going to let me shit in peace? Life is a beautiful thing. Don't throw it away. Don't be an idiot. It's never too late. So you already know what it is, man. This is Jay Williams. Let's live life. And as always, to all my real ones, and there are some real ones, because y'all still watching me. Y'all know how we do here on this channel, man. I salute.